I like this guy. I know this guy. He's been calling the show for 20 plus years. He goes way back. He's SoCal. He reps the HB. In other words, there's nothing not to like about this guy. So instead of me talking about El Gato and El Hefty, let's go to the bra. Huntington Beach. Silk bra. Yo, bra, what's up? How are the swells?
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, buddy? Hey, listen, having won the smackoff myself years ago, I got to weigh in and say that Larry Parody's calls is probably one of the greatest calls I've ever heard. Come on.
All right, so what was the first dead giveaway that was not Silk Bra and I got hooked again? First of all, the most amazing thing was that guy actually pulled that in a smack-off. He hooked me in the smack-off once. It's not Larry Parody. It's Parody Larry. And the second you say Jimmy, I know it's not Silk. Silk doesn't say Jimmy.
Bruh.
But of course, the other dead giveaway is the come on.
Come on.
Run that back again, Albie. Was there anybody anywhere who thought this really was Silk Bra? Except for me. But again, why did I think so? Because that jackass Hawk screened the call. I just took the call. I wouldn't even know it was that guy. But if you watch my reaction on CBS Sports Network, you could tell within 1/1000th of 1 second that I knew that was not the real Bra. Yo, Bra, what's up? How are the swells?
Hey, Jimmy. How you
Right
doing,
there.
buddy? Hey, listen, having won the smackoff myself years ago, I got to weigh in and say that Larry Parody's calls is probably one of the greatest calls I've ever heard. Come on.
I just have to say, he goes, having won the smack off myself, like he established his credibility. Having won the smack off myself, I just want to say that Larry Parody's calls are some of the best I've ever heard. Come on. Dude, I got to be straight. Fake Silk. Dude, you sound nothing like him. And I'm not coming from a place of I do a great impression because I don't. But dude, you sound nothing like him. You sound more like Jeff in Richmond than you do Silk at this point. So dude, if you're going to come into this show and do what you do and pretend to be Silk and be the fake Silk, you better sound like Silk. And you sound less and less and less like Silk. Come on.
Come on.
At least we don't have the fake Silk calling anymore. Just the fake Silk. Hooked again. Hey, Hawk, that was funny a couple of times, but it's not anymore. Stop putting that guy on and telling me it's Silk when it's not Silk. That guy sounds nothing like Silk.
Larry Parody's.
Yeah, can you do something on the fly? I know that this is a big Friday and you have to do the 2 days that were. Can you give me sound of the actual Silk? And can you run it up alongside the fake Silk? I want to point out how absurd this guy is that he calls and pretends to be Silk. Because at this point, all he has is the come on, which sounds even less like Silk. Now, if you're watching on CBS Sports Network, you can't see it, but I can. I've got multiple boxes. I can see a box of the real Alvy efforting furiously to set this thing up. Dude's going to knock over that coffee any second now. Like I've done. There's nothing worse than knocking coffee into a laptop. You never get it out. All right, Alvin. Real Silk?
I know you always like to get a preview of my weekend, Brass, so I'll let you know. There's some swell pushing in for this weekend, so I've already surfed and been to the gym this morning.
All right, so that's what I said when I said, how are the swells? They're pushing in this weekend. I've already surfed and been to the gym. That's the real Silk. The fake Silk. Tell me if this guy sounds anything like the real Silk.
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, buddy? Hey, listen, having won the smackoff myself years ago, I got to weigh in and say that Larry Parody's calls is probably one of the greatest calls I've ever heard. Come on.
Larry Parody. Larry Parody. You mean like Richmond Jeff? Really quickly. Real Silk?
I know you always like to get a preview of my weekend, Brass,
Fake
so
Silk.
I'll let you.
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, buddy?
He sounds nothing like him.
Hey,
It's
Jimmy,
getting
how you
worse. I mean, the first time I ever heard that, I'm like, kind of, not really. Now when I hear that, it's like, not at all. Not at all. Dude, it's getting more and more absurd. Is that part of your shtick? To sound as little as you can like that guy?
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Brah.
The catchphrase isn't even right.
Brah.
Hey, Alvin, do we have any audio of Real Silk at any point saying, quote, come on? Look that up. Hey, Stucknut. Steve, get off your ass. Steve, is there any sound in the history of the show, anywhere existing, of Silk saying, come on?
Come on.
All right, Hawk. Hawk, get your ass. I mean, you're literally fired if that's not what this is. You're literally fired if that's not what this is. Hawk says to me that the Real Silk is now on line 1. Straight up, Hawk. I would confirm that, double confirm that, triple confirm that. You will be in the street, on your head, and old Ross behind you will have your gig if this is not what you say it is. Ross from Friends will have your gig. We go to the Real Silk. Line 1. Brah, is it you?
Brah, come on.
Now I've got audio of it. Now it's in existence. Dude, what do you think when you hear that guy call up is the fake Silk and drop, come on?
Okay, brah, you want me to pull back the curtain a little bit, give you some inside the show, brah?
I really do. Give me some inside baseball. Let me have it.
The smackoff where he impersonated me the first time, my wife and I, that's why I wasn't in the smackoff that year, I didn't call. My wife and I were in Honduras. We were on a little island called Roatan in the Caribbean, but they got Wi-Fi, of course, so I'm like, hun, I hate to break it to you on my vacation, but we're going to listen to smackoff. And she's like, yeah, of course, man. She's been to a couple of tour stops, so we're listening to it, and we both looked at each other, and we're like, for the first few seconds, I'm like, that kind of sounds like me. He's pretty good, but yeah, like most clones, they run out of steam real easy, bro. But yeah, he even hooked me. I'm like, I'm calling?
And you are
you.
You
know what I said to my wife? I said, brah, Albie, brah, brah.
Brah, so like, was that the ultimate? Was it the ultimate flattery?
There's a fake Silk on Twitter, but I don't think it's the same guy, you know. There's like a cottage industry of impersonating me. But listen, bro, I'm in full recovery mode. You know how we go ham on the 4th in Huntington Beach, bro. It was epic. There is a big swell hitting this weekend, too, so I had to get my body right before I could get out there so I don't drown.
Silk, really quickly, really quickly, do not hang up. I want you, and that you do go ham. I mean, Huntington Beach is legendary for how hard people go. For those who do not know, what's the 4th like in HB?
Okay, so we've got the oldest parade in the western U.S., and it's kind of, you would say it's kind of corny, but it's not. It's really fun. It's low budget. So like they get some classic cars out there. They throw a few people in the back. Our local guy, I know a guy you love, dude, Dallas Raines, our weather guy. You know, of course his name is Dallas Raines, but he's in it. Marching bands. We've got lots of vets. It's real cool. First responders. We've got the Indian guides, and they paint faces. So it goes up Main Street in Huntington, and the law blocks off all of downtown, so you can't drive around. You can only ride bikes, and everybody on Main Street. So Main Street, for most of it, when it gets near the pier, it's businesses and stuff, but before that, it's just a neighborhood with people's houses right on there. So people the night before camp out and chalk the ground and rope off, and every house is a party. My buddy Kent, bro, he just blows it out, full bar, catered, kids. It's super fun, but you go all day, bro, and it's this 4th was awesome because it was sunny, it was hot, but it's really, really fun. It's a great kind of local thing where Huntington Beach still, it's more recently.
Yeah, but dude, you're like the tourism board. I mean, you're laying it out like it's really nice. I'm talking about how and when does it go down? How and when does it get hardcore?
Okay, all right. Okay, you want to go behind the scenes again? All right, so the night before, got all the booze in the cooler, got it lined up.
Hey, so guess what? You're out of time. Now you're done. Bro, I asked you a question. Just to answer the question next time. Now New York's all bent out of shape because we went way too heavy. HB is legendary for how hard it goes. Like Hawk lives not that far from there. He would not come out of his house even. Of course, Hawk, man, you get beaten down walking around with that porn stash and that cat tat. Dude, you wouldn't survive 5 minutes in HB on the 4th.